What's up, action takers, the community of doers? I hope you are doing fine. Episode 42, week 42, 52 weeks, here we come. By the way, we have only 10 episodes towards our first milestone of 52 weeks, and I'm really excited for that. But first things first, I would want to appreciate every new viewer and every new subscriber that has come into this community. For the last 2 weeks, I've experienced a very sharp exponential growth in our community and in our channels, and I really appreciate that. For the subscribers, we've grown for almost 40%, and for the viewership, we've grown almost 65%, and that doesn't happen every Tuesday. So I'm really excited for that. So for every new subscriber and for every new viewer of this channel, I want to take this opportunity to just, from the bottom of my heart, to thank you, and thank you very much for what you've done. And I promise you that you're not going to regret the decision that you made to join this community. And I hope that I'm going to convince you enough to tell a friend through the kind of value that you're going to be building within this community. And for the fact that you've come on board on the early days of this building this community, because as you can check, we are still in our initial stages, but I really appreciate. So the point that I'm trying to make is the fact that you've come in the early days, it means that you're an early adopter. Early adopters are people who are willing to bet on opportunities during their initial stages. People who are willing to give a chance to projects on their early stages. People who are willing to give a chance to ideas before they are fully realized or they are fully formed. I'm not saying that we have not fully formed this, but as you can see, in the early stages, there are gonna be a couple of changes here and there to try and make things better. Of course, change is inevitable, so you keep on growing every day. But come on, I want to be honest with you, we are still finessing and furnishing this idea that we have. And the fact that you've taken that chance and you have bet on me and come on board in the early days, and you have allowed yourself to sit with me in this process of refining this every single day, and you're willing to be part of that process, part of the mistakes that you're going to make, I can't thank you enough. And we are going to make sure that during this learning process, that you benefit and I benefit, and all of us create synergy, and you're not at any given moment going to regret this decision. That's the kind of commitment that I want to make to you. And it's an interesting commitment which you can also make to yourself, that the people who trust in you with your ideas even before they are fully formed, that you're going to do justice by them and make sure they do not regret trusting in your ideas. Of course, there are going to be mistakes that are going to be made, and I don't want to justify any omission or commission, but the commitment of making this better every single day and using it as a learning process every single day, I think it can't get better than that. So thank you very much. You are an early adopter, and as an early adopter in this community, you thank me later. Now, that brings me to my conversation for today. And my conversation for today is actually, let me sit back because it's a very intimate conversation that I want to have with you. My conversation for today, I want to tell you something about myself. Yeah, hear me out. I want to tell you something about myself. And what I want to talk about myself, I am really hoping that is going to spark a conversation to you. And also, I'm really hoping that it is going to I'm going to convince you enough to just sit back and do a self-reflection of yourself and probably come up with some new perspectives about your life and about how you go about your life. And I'm not saying that your life is perfect or you have to listen to this for you to be able to I just want to spark a different perspective or a different conversation within you. Now sit back, listen about myself. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I love doing this. That's the first thing. And it's not all about an emotional roller coaster. So hear me out. The second thing, I really enjoy doing this. Just sitting behind a camera and talking about different aspects of life and challenging the norms and trying to dig deep and seeing what really works and what really don't work. That conversation around becoming a better person and just personal development is something that I'm really passionate about. I know people have overused the word passion, and to a point that looks like a cliche, and you don't really understand like what's this passion. But I think that's something that is very it's very personal. For you to say that you know your passion, you have to really know your passion. You're not just saying it. And there is a difference between just saying it and really having the passion. Now, I digress. I'm sorry. So, I don't know if this, of course, the ultimate goal is to be able to build this. So, should I tell you my end goal or not? Now, I have conflicting ideas there. But let me say this. At the end of the day, is to increase my viewership, to reach far more people, and to inspire far more people with what I'm doing. But even of a higher importance is what doing this does to me. At the end of the day, it's not about what you get with what you do, it's who you become with what you do. So that's a point that is very important for you to always consider with what you're doing. What are you becoming with what you're doing? Let me come back. I'm really trying to restrict myself within the parameters of what I want to talk about. So, of course, the ultimate goal is to build this community and reach far more people. And of course, we need resources to do what we are doing. So, I've also started putting strategies on how to monetize what I am doing in a very, very, very strict way to not dilute what I'm doing, and at the same time, not being distracted to my main goal, which is me and you sitting down weekly and having conversation on how we can be better and challenging the conventional things that you already know, for us to make sure that you're not self-sabotaging you by staying into what is familiar. Now, am I going to be able to reach that goal? I don't know. Am I going to be able to monetize this? I don't know. But what am I supposed to do? And I'm very passionate about this. Where am I going with this? I don't know, but I really love what I'm doing. I really love just sitting down and doing what I'm doing. And that's what we call working on your passion. At some point, I got a definition of passion, and somebody said that passion is passion is that thing which you can do without being paid. Something that you can do without being, and you enjoy doing it, and you can, because we understand, money runs the world because of resources and power and so forth. I don't want to go to that conversation. But the question of resources and money is because it affects everything. I had to get the money to buy the camera, to buy the lighting and so forth. But let me come back here. On the aspect of I don't know if I'm going to reach the ultimate goal for the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. But I have to do it. If I get 10 views, will that distract me? No, because I just have to do it. I like doing what I'm doing. Does it make sense to everyone? I don't know. But what am I supposed to do? I'm in line with my passion. This is what I love doing. If what I love doing does not inspire you, what am I supposed to do? If what I'm doing cannot reach far more people, what am I supposed to do? I love doing things. It brings fulfillment to my life. I'm just going to do it. And that's what I want to call upon you this morning. You have to find out what your passion is, your real passion, something that you're going to do unapologetically. Because I can sit here and comfortably say that I'm doing this unapologetically. I don't know if it's inspiring you well enough. I don't know if this is what exactly you want to hear. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but I'm sorry, I don't care. Because I have to do it. This is what brings fulfillment to my life. If I have the last day to live and I've done this, so be it. At the end of the day, when my life gets to an end and I look back, will I say that my life was worth it? If I didn't do the things that brought fulfillment to my life? And that's the question that I'm posing to you. Are you doing things to impress other people or to just have money? Or are you doing things that are really resonating with your purpose and are really resonating with your passion? Can you do something unapologetically to a point that you don't care about what other people feel? And by that, I don't mean that you become reckless with people. Of course, people skill is a very important skill. But when it comes to the expense of who you are, I think that's too expensive. You can't afford that. So I hope this sparks a conversation within you and borrow some aspects to just sit down and reflect on that. I don't want to repeat what I have said, but I hope this sparks that conversation within you. Why do you do what you do? Who are you becoming with what you do? But do something that really resonates with you to a point that you do it unapologetically. So I don't know if this is inspiring enough, but I'm just doing it because I love doing it. It's my passion. It's in line with who I am. I enjoy doing this. And that's why I'm really seated in a very intimate way, because today was just a conversation of, do you really do something that you really like to do? Do you do something that you feel so passionate about? When you're so passionate about something, I tell you, you're not going to even consider what other people think about you. I know doing this, I can do better than this. I can have better lighting, better cameras. I can have better locations. But am I going to wait until I get the resources to do that for me to live my life? No, I won't. I'm going to start here where I am right now. Do it scrappy, whatever, however it is. But I love doing this, so I'm just gonna do it. So today I'm also calling upon you, that which you are, your passion, your purpose, the things that brings fulfillment to you. Do not wait. Just begin. Because you don't know if at all you ever get those resources to do those things. And I'm not saying that we become pessimistic, but do not sit here and be naive or be ignorant. Or I can base it on another aspect, create the momentum so that when you get to those resources, you're already doing things that are in line with your purpose. I can go on and on and on and on and on. And I don't want, do something that resonates with you. We say that a happy man is a man who does what he loves. But the happiest man is the man who realizes that what he does is actually what he loves. Episode 42 done. See you on the next one.